TikTok, it's time to rock. It's a special show here on the channel, folks. It's the after Christmas, Merry Christmas preparation for New Year's show, Brad and Simon.
Warming up.
It's like the warm-up show or the wind-down show, one of the two.
We're just a warm-up act, Brad. Face fact, we're just a warm-up act.
It's the wind-down pre-release show.
I like that.
Wind up. Yes, whatever it is. Anyway, one of those.
Yeah. Look, it's good to see you guys. We only spent a couple of seconds, folks, in the green room. We normally spend anywhere from 15 minutes to 20 minutes to half an hour. So I think that was a record, guys. 1 minute in the green room and we're live.
I know, we're still late by a couple of minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
Good to see you guys. So obviously we're going to get together, folks, and we're going to share a couple of things that we got for Christmas. We did that last year and the year before, so we're going to do that. And obviously, if you've got some Christmas presents that you want to share in the chat that you got, that you want people to know, you can tell. But, don't tell us those secret ones that you don't want people to know.
Some things don't need to be shared.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you got it.
Some things don't need to be shared.
Where are you, Simon?
I'm at home.
You're
as
home?
usual. Yeah, home. Got home safe from the up the big smoke, and having had Christmas with my sister. Well, both my sisters and all their children and everybody else who knows us. 19 of us for Christmas dinner.
Wow.
Which is lovely. It's lovely to all get together. Unfortunately, my brother couldn't be there. He had COVID, so he was staying. But the rest of us were there. And the interesting part is that when you've got a 3-bedroom house, my sister lives in a very nice 3-bedroom house, 90 house. You get a table for 19. That's fine. But where do you put the 90 people when they're not sitting at the table?
Under the table.
Under the table. Well, yes, kind of out the front of the car parking and stuff.
Yeah.
At the back under the gazebo. But so yeah, it was lovely. I put up. No, great Vanzini. Well, good morning and happy New Year to you too. Lovely to see you and Alan as well.
Great Vanzini, don't go anywhere because I've got something to show that you and I were talking about on one of your videos. So just hang around for a little bit, please, Great Vanzini.
Sorry, I just saw him in the chat. It's like really nice to see him.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm glad we kept up with things abreast on your social media, and I understand someone close to you celebrated a birthday.
Oh, she must be obeyed. You must be obeyed. It was the big. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to her, and please pass on at least my regards, and I'm sure Brad will have something to say about that as well.
Yes. So we had my sister made a wizardly cake, and we had cake and champagne.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with cake and champagne, but to keep things rolling. So yes, special birthday for Caroline, which is really nice.
Caroline,
happy birthday!
Awesome. Happy birthday, Caroline. Bradley, what did you do, bro?
Oh, look, usual Christmas mayhem, up to no good, out in the town, going crazy,
Well done. Somebody in this show's got to be going down the town.
The rock and roll lifestyle, knocking back too many alcoholic beverages and cocktails, and getting in a few scuffles. No, I'm joking.
A few scuffles.
Had a lovely Christmas day lunch with family, and and it was great. It was great. Yeah, just a quiet one. Ate too much, food comarized, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. You
Yeah.
guys.
Family and friends. It's always a good time, isn't it, bro?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good time to slow down and have a bit of a good solid feed and refeed. I call them refeeds for the week. You eat too much.
When do you go back to work? Because you have a good break too, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of time off, but during the tail end of January, I've got to go into work a little bit, like here and there,
Okay.
just to oversee some projects that are going on and things like that. So, but for the most part, it's a bit more of a relaxing Christmas, New Year's period for me, considering previous years I've been very busy. So,
Good.
yeah, it's nice. Other than the fact that I like playing a New Year's Eve gig sometimes, but I'm not doing that this year. But that's all right. Sometimes it's nice to sit back. For the last couple of years, I haven't done a New Year's Eve gig, but prior to that, I think I played New Year's Eve for the last, I don't know, 20 years straight.
Wow. Well, congratulations. You'll be able to go and do something with your lady and, be on the receiving end of the entertainment spectrum as opposed to delivering it, bro.
Well, I love going to see live bands, don't get me wrong, but on New Year's Eve, I prefer to be on the stage side of the crowd because most of the time the crowd's very intoxicated, and I'd rather be on the stage side looking out than the other way around. But no, we'll see what goes on. I think just got a quiet one probably prepared this year, to be honest with you. Yeah, good. They're nice to have as well,
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Some news for the channel, guys. So we need 75 subscribers. Rock Professor and the Backdoor Man before we, and that will give us 10K subs, guys.
That's some, we nearly got there,
which
didn't
would
we?
be cool,
And
wouldn't it?
we can still quite get there before the end of the year if everyone shares on their social and goes out of their way to promote and push our channel before the end of the year. So if you have a social media with a good following, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, push our channel, help us get there. Our goal was to get to 10,000 by the end of this year, and we're so ever so close. So maybe with your help, we can get there.
And before I went live with you guys, I subscribed to 24 channels that have subscribed to us. So that's another thing too that I'd like to let you guys know that we do here. So we do subscribe to every subscriber we get.
You're very good with that stuff, Andrew, I must admit.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. And there's a couple of other things too that we want to talk about. Obviously, we've got Brad's gig that he's going to mention at some stage during this show that our channel is going to be involved in heavily promoting next year in February. And I would like you, please, guys, if you could do me a favor. We've had Bob on the show a couple of times, and we've had Ramon on the show a couple of times. Bob has a channel called the Bob and Ramon Show, and that is their link there. I'll attach it to the description. They're very good friends of ours. They only need 5 subscribers, Brad and Simon, for them to get 1,000.
5.
I'll go across and subscribe right now.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. If
I'm terrible at that stuff. I'm terrible. I must admit. I'm terrible at because I don't spend a lot of time doing what you do, Andrew. So I'm usually so busy. I don't know actually. I have said it on the channel before, Andrew. You do such an amazing job at pushing and really helping the channel grow. So a lot of it comes down to your shoulders, Andrew. Thank you.
Well, thank you, bro. And because we're all musicians here and we've all played at various levels and bands over the years, and Brad's still gigging, and so's the Rock Professor. He's got a regular gig, so we understand that what we do here, as far as promoting this channel, it's just like a gig. So if you're in a band and you're promoting what you do, it's the same. It's that same mindset, Brad and Simon. So it's nothing different. It's just you just got to do it if you wanna get out there and I think, and I've always said it, and I know that you guys have, what we do here and what we say here, we have a bit of fun, but I think we offer something that's mildly entertaining.
I think we do.
There you go.
Bob and Ramon have just subscribed, so they only need 3 more.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you guys can do that, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
Quentin
3 more,
James in the chat.
997.
Great Vanzini, if you can grab that link, please.
He's subbed to them.
Awesome. Alan. Oh, anyway, the Rock Professor, we got a couple of people here, so you may as well do a shout out.
Let's say good morning. Yeah, we got off you. We got Ellen, of course. Ellen, good morning, Ellen. Hope you had a lovely Christmas.
Wonderful. Always good to see you.
Great Vanzini. It's great to see you too, Great Vanzini. Fantastic. Steve-O, 12 Snyder. Good to see you,
G'day to the old man.
Quentin. Good morning, Quentin. Very good. It's not yet 2024 in any of our worlds, Quentin. Not even in the future of New Zealand, Australia, where it's the evening. It was me. I've got 20 hours to go or whatever. Got Gret Zeppelin. Morning, Gret. Johnny Heartbreaker. Morning, Johnny. Happy New Year to you too. So
Yeah.
we've got lots of people watching. So thanks for joining and thanks for commenting. It's great to see you all. I hope you all had lovely Christmases. And looking forward to the new year. I know I am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, if you haven't already hit the notification button, you'll notice that in a couple of days' time on the channel, on the Van Halen side of the family here on the show, through the hard work and credit of John Conklin in particular, he's managed to secure for us Chris Gill and Greg Renoff, who is both those guys, Brad and Simon, in the high echelon of EVH insiders. So we've managed to get them on to celebrate 40 years ago? The 40th anniversary of Van Halen's 1984.
Unbelievable.
Everything of any use is 40 years ago, Andrew. It's my wife Caroline was watching a Frank Sinatra show last night. They had something on the telly. She was watching on the telly. I said to her, "You realise that was 50 years ago?" She went, "Don't say that. That's a long time ago."
Cow.
It's unreal, isn't it?
50 years ago. 40 years ago. See, already 40 years.
Well, I know what I was doing 40 years ago. Brad, you were playing in sand pits, weren't you? Yeah. Brad, were you?
He wasn't even alive.
He wasn't even alive. Oh, yeah, okay.
I like the discussion point of being in sandpits or not even alive, but I was alive 40 years ago.
Yeah. So you say.
Yes. Oh yeah.
1984. See,
Yeah.
I was at 1980. I was at university.
Wow. I was 18. I just turned 18. So
I do remember, watching like the TV programs at Countdown, I think it was at the time, used to play Jump all the time in Panama.
Yep.
And so it's quite a unique time for music back in that era. Then it's a lot of things were happening in 1984.
Yeah.
So in the 80s.
There was more happening in 1984 than there is now.
Yeah.
It's in all the books.
Yeah.
So we look forward to that show, guys. And again, it's a big shout out, Brad, in particular to John Conklin, for doing that. And you guys both know that the Van Halen topic on our channel is a big part of the success of our channel, and it's a key component of what we do here because of I suppose, the legacy of Van Halen as a band, and Eddie Van Halen as a musician and a guitar builder, Brad.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. And also the fact that we get, that people like Chris Gill, Greg Renoff feel safe coming on here and stuff. I think that's great, and I think it's a tribute to you guys, not to me, but to you guys. That what we try and create is a safe space where people can, and a positive safe space to talk about the things that you love, and try not to get dragged into it too much. It seems to be hard work in the Van Halen world not to be dragged into the nonsense, but at every given opportunity. But
well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've got a question that I want to chuck at you guys. That's in relation to, the Joe Satriani, Sammy Hagar thing that happened about a month ago. So, Brad, you're a guitar player. Simon, you're a guitar player. So just imagine, this is a question that I've got that I want you guys. You've got your guitar, you're going somewhere, you've got a set list of songs that you've been rehearsing, and somebody yells out a song that you haven't played in 5 years, Brad. Just imagine that you haven't played Sweet Child of Mine for 5 years.
Yeah.
Not 5 minutes.
Okay, and there's 150 people there at this gig, and you're getting shit from the lead singer of this band because it's his band. It's not your band. You're just the guitar player in this band. And so he tells you, okay, so you go up there and you cock it up. Because you haven't played it. Simon, what's one of the favourite songs that you love playing?
Oh, I don't know. Could be anything. Let's take Brown Eyed Girl, for instance.
Okay, you haven't played Brown Eyed Girl for 5 years.
No, that's about right.
You haven't played, and somebody calls it out, and you're the guest guitarist in this band, and you haven't played it for 5 years, and the lead singer says, "Simon, take it away," and you cock it up.
Then we laugh, we go back to the beginning and start again. This is what happens. It's just, you just laugh, and how many times I've been to hundreds of bands, and it happens all the time. People forget the lyrics and stuff, and then the crowd will sing, or they'll go, "Well, it was in tune when I bought it," and stuff. There's all the old gags and stuff like that. It's like, off you go. I don't. It's to me, the great thing about a live is the cock ups, is the showing you're human, showing that that you're not just it's not just completely wet. And sometimes everyone hashes it up, from time to time. And you just go, it's like if you play a wrong note, play it twice, and then it's a right note, isn't it? If it play it again, so it was deliberate as a thing. And I think that it's all of that nonsense is a storm in a teacup, frankly.
Because it's happened to us. It's happened to you.
It's happened all over.
Well,
it probably hasn't happened to Brad because he's a pro, but to me, certainly.
But I'm sure, Brad. I'm sure you've cocked up a couple of notes. So what do you do?
What do you do?
Well, you go to the next note because it's in the ether. Finished.
You repeat the mistake and tell everyone you're playing jazz.
Yeah.
A jazz version of it.
The jazz version.
Yeah. That's it. I deliberately played that note just to give it a jazzy feel, But
got to liven things up a bit, haven't you? Make it entertaining for yourself.
I make mistakes. Nearly every gig there's something I do that I go, oh, what did I do that for, or whatever. It's even on songs I've played frequently throughout my career, in cover bands, and there's still things I mess up here from time to time, and in songs I've played just about every gig. And it really comes down to the live element. Sometimes there's things that when you're playing and performing, you know, you might not have your mojo because your sound's not right and you can't get it, but you've got to make do because it's a backline higher rig and you're not used to the sound and you're more focused on that than what you're playing. It
Yeah.
could be a very stale crowd that's all seated, not up, you know, throwing their hands in the air and getting into it. They could be sitting there like this. And that's a real put off, you know. People don't understand. I know from a comfort zone when people come to watch a band, especially in the theater, they'll sit there and sit there like this. But that can be really intimidating. And it puts a barrier between you and the band, and it actually makes sometimes mistakes happen because you're a bit on edge, a bit nervous, a bit anxious about not getting it right. Where some of the best gigs I've ever played in my life have been where the crowd, smaller crowd or bigger crowd, doesn't matter, are all into it. They're up the front. They're all, you know, spilling their drink down their arm and getting into the thing. And you never make mistakes at those gigs because no one hears them anyway.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
they're gone in the
well,
ether, aren't they, like that?
So folks who are watching, and if you're watching it, if you're 20 minutes in on a replay, the thing is, we've all done it, and we'll always continue to do it as guitar players. You know, you could be a keyboardist or a drummer or a bass player. Brad Simon doesn't. You know, the point is, we're gonna make mistakes. So, the fact that Joe Satriani, Brad, didn't play Mean Streets out of the box because he wasn't prepared for it just proves that he's.
I've not watched it. Was it really bad, or did he just not quite hit it?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Look, the one thing I've got to say about that is how unfortunate that he's been thrown on the spot to play it when he's not prepared for it, for starters. Secondly, he probably hasn't practiced that because he's practicing all the Sammy era stuff. Let's be honest.
The set list that was given to him.
he's probably practicing all that stuff. Thirdly, let's be honest, not many people can play Mean Streets properly. Even the ones that can play it, they're still not doing it like Ed. You know, because Ed was Ed.
Not easy, bro. It's not an easy number.
It's not. And the thing that I found frustrating about people knocking Joe Satriani about that is Joe doesn't really have to prove anything to anyone. You know what I mean? And I don't expect Joe to go out and play the Van Halen stuff note perfect anyway, because I think that's not the spirit of Ed anyway. Ed wouldn't want that. He'd want a guitarist to go and pay tribute to his music and have fun with it in their style. That's just how I see it. Ed was all about not trying to be like anyone else. He could play Crossroads by Cream note perfect, but he never went out and played that live that way. He played blues his own way. He did his own thing and created his own style. Joe Satriani's got decades and decades of a career path behind him. I would expect that he creeps in a little bit of his own style within there. I would expect.
I just think, bro, that the people that are being critical of Joe Satriani aren't musicians. They just listen to the music, and you know they think that there's some kind of like easiness or some kind of groove that you lock into. If you're a guitar player or a musician, you'd understand completely exactly what Brad's explaining.
He was thrown on the spot. And let's be honest, it's great that, you know, and I've seen some, no disrespect to them, but I've seen some Instagram guitar players sit there and make fun of it perfectly. And I think, well, that's great because you can sit there and record it in the comfort of your own home as many times as you like to. You do it properly. But Joe was not even really prepared for that. So, you know, cut him a bit of slack there. I think that was a bit of a bad call on the part of the band. Like I think it was Sammy and that might have said it. Was it Sammy who mentioned it? Andrew, was it Sammy?
Yeah, Sammy. Just a senior moment from Sammy. I think he just assumed.
I don't know.
He just assumed his guitar player was going to be able to nail it.
It's not an easy thing to nail.
Never happened before.
But anyway, look, I love Joe Satriani, so you know, cut him lots of slack because I bet you he goes out there and on this tour and he absolutely slays it.
Oh, no doubt whatsoever he's going to do that. And Johnny Heartbreakers hit the nail on the head.
They are, Johnny. Yes, absolutely, they are.
Let's give the spirit of Van Halen. Ed's spirit was to go and have fun, play music and have fun on the guitar and do what makes you smile. So, you know, if people want to hear, you know, Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing note perfect, there's plenty of places around that they can do that.
Buy the record.
100%.
Don't buy the record.
There's some wonderful tribute bands with guitarists that do play the stuff note perfect because that's what they've studied and dedicated their time to. Let's be honest, Joe Satriani dedicated most of his life trying not to sound like Ed Van Halen. He's the first to say it.
Correct.
So
and Steve Vai.
There's exactly. There's some amazing guitar players out there that play very, very close to you know, Ed Van Halen and a lot of the fantastic tribute shows that are out there to Van Halen. So, you know, people are going to knock Joe because he didn't do that properly. Well,
go and watch Nerd Halen.
Nerd Halen. Go watch Simon Hosford. Those two guys. Yeah.
Go and watch them.
Yeah, you know, there's plenty of fantastic tributes to Ed out there with guitarists that have dedicated their life to trying to play like Ed. So, but in all fairness, they're fantastic players, Andrew and Simon, but they're not Ed Van Halen either. But they and I'm pretty sure if you spoke to Hoss or even to Caleb, if they would be the first ones to say that they're going out there doing their best to tribute Ed, but having fun doing it. And the spirit of that would be what Ed would appreciate the most, that they're actually just having fun doing it. Ed was out there playing guitar and having fun. He never really played every song the same way on stage. No. He got close, but he had fun every night and played it the way he wanted to on the night. So anyway,
how many different versions of Eruption have we heard over the years and that are on YouTube? You know, there's Simon. There's 20 different versions of Eruption that I can think of.
What has it evolved through time?
Yeah, you know, because he's playing it live. He's got cigarettes in his mouth and he's flicking picks, and you know, so you know, and he's running around. So obviously he's going to be playing it differently, Simon.
Yeah, I was trying to watch some live footage of Ed playing Panama and Jump and that, so I could refine a few things for my live show and Dreams and things like that. And every single one of them is playing it differently. I'm like, come on, Ed, just give me some consistency here. You
know?
No. It's not the
speaking of consistency,
the epitome of consistency.
Speaking of consistency, this is the Yakety Yak show, folks. So this is what we do here on this channel. We talk about music. We sometimes play a little bit of music, but generally this show's about talking music, and we love that. That's one of the great things that we do here on this channel. And we love talking about controversies too. And we're not scared to shy away from them, are we, Brad and Simon? So
not scared. We're not scared to shy away from them, that's for sure.
we tackle them head on, Andrew. We tackle them head on.
Yeah. Well, I'm not scared to shy away from them personally and keep away from them as much as possible. Yes.
Yeah, but we look forward to more of that. Obviously, with 2024 just around the corner. Brad, you were in the chat first, so show us your Christmas stash, bro.
Well, I mean, I've got a lot of Christmas presents, but what's relevant to the channel, some of it...
Yeah, we don't want to see those G-strings that you got, all right? We don't want to see...
Some of the stuff is not relevant to the channel.
Right, yeah.
We don't want to see that.
Okay.
Now, if you want to subscribe to the channel when we get monetization to see that in the after party shows, you're more than welcome.
Guns.
Or,
Brad's only fans.
Listen, I can always start an OF account, and go down that. The day I do
Oh,
that,
then we'd have something to sell.
I've got nothing to sell, guys. Anyway, so I got this.
Hold on, I'm
which
going to
is-
present you.
So this is the Electric Ladyland. It's like a box set. It's got
Nice.
3 CDs and a Blu-ray. It's like it's got the full. It's funny because it's got like the Electric Ladyland remastered. So thank you very much. It's got all the outtakes and everything and demos and stuff leading up to the making. It's like the making of the album.
Wow.
CD, which is great. I'll have to report back on this. It's got a live gig. There you can see that live in Hollywood.
Wow.
Hollywood Bowl, sorry. So I'll report back on that. And it's got a Blu-ray which has got the 5.1 mix of Electric Ladyland plus the making or something like that. I haven't watched it yet. I will get around to that. But and it's got a lovely little book in here with lyrics and stuff like handwritten lyrics, and I love this sort of stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
This stuff blows me away. So so that was a gift over Christmas. I've seen it before and I've never purchased it because I thought, you know what, it's a little bit pricey, and I thought it was a bit of a cash grab by the family, but I'm really glad I've got it now. So I'm not going to knock that. This was my son's present from me.
Oh.
Now this thing here, look, if I stand behind, does it look like I'm Jim Morrison now?
Yeah. No, you're better looking, bro.
So it's pretty much it's got it's a collection of his poetry, journals, transcripts, and lyrics. So I bought that for my son for a little bit of inspiration, and you know, with his musical journey, hopefully it inspires him. You know, there's a lot in here.
Who's the editor, bro, of that?
Well, it's forwarded by Tom Robbins. I don't know who's done this, mate. I'll get back to you on that. I'll probably talk about it a little bit, maybe in our first show back with the you know, our doors for ranking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just take a few little things out of that because it's got the lyrics here for the end and all sorts of stuff in here.
Oh wow.
And written stuff.
Oh wow.
I'll report back to you once I prize it out of my son's hands, because he was getting a lot of presents on Christmas Day.
Are you sure, Brad, that buying a book about Jim Morrison is good for your son's?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I did say to him.
I'm just asking.
I was just saying to my son, there is a lot of stuff in here that is adult themes, but he's heard it all before anyway. Andrew and Simon on the Doors stuff anyway, because he's got every song. You know,
it's a great movie. It's a great movie, KMX Rock. He's just saying that he loves the Doors movie with Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer just nailed it.
That's
Great Vanzini saw them twice. I am envious of Great Vanzini. I'd love to have seen the Doors. Sorry, Brad.
You're right. So I got that now and then. The CD single version, so I can put it with my Free as a Bird and Real Love single, just like in my collection. Which is
a 7-inch vinyl?
No, it's just a CD, and it's got Love Me Do on the other side. And there's a story behind this clock here. That clock on the back there was something George Harrison bought and had in his garden for a very long time. And the clock actually says Now and Then on it. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It's out of George Harrison's garden.
Yeah.
Olivia Harrison said she took it out of the garden, started cleaning it and put it on the mantelpiece, and Paul McCartney rang her at that particular time and said, "Hey, what do you think of us working on that song Now and Then?" So she said that's a sign from George that he was okay with it. But, you know, that's the story. But anyway, that's Now and Then.
It's a sign.
Awesome. So I'm very happy I've got that to add it to my collection. Also got
Morning, Tim. Morning, KXM Rock. That'd be good.
Little book here. I haven't looked at this yet. I haven't looked at this at all, but just a Beatles 100 important moments. It is pivotal moments in Beatles history. So there's a bit of a read there. I'll report back to you on that. And just like a little calendar book thing, novelty thing that is very cool. Just each day has got a Beatles thing on it. Very cool. So, yeah. Other than that, I've got a lot of presents, and I was very sport, but that's what's relevant to the channel, guys.
Cheers, bro. Thank you for sharing that.
Fantastic. Cool.
Yeah.
Rock Professor, I'm going to present you if you can talk about your
I don't have much.
stash.
I've got a couple of nice things, but the main thing I got, which is over there, I don't know about, is I got myself a new record player because my Pioneer 112D deck that I've had for 47 years has finally given up the ghost. So I thought, so I went just before Christmas and bought a new one, which is great. I'm very pleased to get back to vinyl. So that's brilliant. That's been my main thing I bought myself this year. Clearly, Yasra. So my daughter Saskia, shout out to Sass, my middle daughter. She bought me this
Nice
guitar, and she also bought me one I've already put on here, which he bought me this one as well, Mr. Walton. I guess
Neil Young's
right.
famous.
Yes, she bought me Neil Young's famous status. He's clever. That's
from Live Rust.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so she bought me that, which is very cool. So, the other things I got.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Go.
That's not a cheap guitar strap.
She's rich.
Okay.
You're funny,
she lives at home. She's rich. She works all the time. Gives me nothing, not a penny.
Tell her to send one over too, would you, Simon? Tell her to send one over to Australia.
Yeah, okay. I'll guess. So she bought me to, which is very lovely of her. It's the other thing I got from my other daughters is actually which is what you're oddly enough you're looking at it, which is like I've got a clip-on light for my phone that's above my phone that's lighting me up in a different way than how I have before.
Wondered why you were looking so good.
That's it.
Idiot. And I've got.
Hey, Brad, I wondered why he was looking so hot.
Idiotic. Even more. Now you can see it even more idiotic. And so I've got a stand for my phone and a clip-on digital light for it as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm trying it out to see what. Now look, it's a bit more kind of. So it's got 3 different settings and stuff. Yeah,
it's a little bit softer.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
That's for the after gig shows when you come on when you've been gigging. Yes. So you put the little soft light on.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Morning, John said D351. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. Yeah. So and I got a stand as well that my phone's on rather than a pile of books. Yes. I've had a whole week of.
That's a photo of Simon in the future on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, I think my mother just posted something. I did get these job. So
nice.
Oh, nice, bro.
So yeah.
Your mum thinks I need
audio tech.
Right?
Oh yeah, go, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's my new deck as an Audio Technics, Brad. So,
good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm really pleased by that. So
hey,
that's
John,
what I got
John.
for my little Christmas. Morning, John.
Good to see you, bro.
Good. Happy Christmas.
Good to see you. Tim Thomas is here as well. Good to see you. And KXMX Rocks. So you guys are awesome. So I got 2 things I want to show you guys that I got, if that's okay, quickly.
Yeah. Hit it, boss. Hit it, boss.
So this is the Pig Nose amp that became aware, I think, for a lot of us. If you're a Clapton fan, this was one of the amps that Bobby Whitlock said that they got when they were recording the Layla and Assorted Love Songs album. We don't know which tracks they recorded this on, but I have to tell you guys, on a Strat Les Paul, you plug this in, you turn it up. It's a little 5-watt amp. It's got that crunch that you would expect an amp like this to have. You open it up, and it can adjust the tone levels. Runs by batteries, AA batteries, which is the original ones did. You can buy a power unit and charge it. We'll run it through power if you want. And it also, Brad and Simon, works as a great preamp. So I did this through my blues breakers. So what you do is you lead out into your input into your amp. Your lead is in here, Brad and Simon, and you turn that on, and it just gives you another tonal variation to your standard amp.
Wow,
so
that's great.
Pretty cool. Good thing about these really inexpensive. But I think if you're looking for that Layla kind of era tone, go and check it out. Fully recommend it. Great Vanzini is here. So just hold on for a second, guys.
He's
because,
getting one.
So this is I swapped this with a mate of mine for another guitar. This is a Gretsch, what they call a New Yorker.
Wow,
so it's a hollow body. It's got what they call a de-arming pickup on there. A lot of guys buy this because I want to play. I understand jazz, but I bought this because I want to play that Chicago blues, the early post-war Chicago blues, Brad and Simon, which is what a lot of those black guys were playing, guitars like this, to get that authentic. But this, through the pig nose, holy cow. And you know the great thing about this? It's a volume knob. Volume knob, Brad, no tone knob. And the amp, one volume knob.
That's it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you find that's all right, Andrew? Does that give you the sound you can play, and it's the right sort of sound?
Well, I think that's a great question, because if you go and listen to some of these other guys on YouTube, and this is one of the great things about YouTube, they'll tell you that a lot of these guys use their technique, their hand technique, Brad, muting, playing softly, hitting the notes, and also where the amp was on the stage for that tonal effect. So it all came down to you as the musician or the guitar player and that simple setup. And they just got up and played. That's what they were there for, Brad, you know. They weren't there to have their U2, the Edge, effects rack stack unit, you know, whatever. So after playing it for a couple of days, I've got to tell you, it's disciplined me.
That's unreal. Well done, Andrew. Well done.
So
that's fantastic.
Those are the things that I got for Christmas. And
morning, Arvin.
Yeah.
Hope you're good. Good to see Arvin's here in the chat.
Oh,
good. Nice, Arvin. Yeah.
All right. A couple of things, guys. So this, I just put acoustic strings on here, Brad.
Yeah.
Just acoustic strings, because mostly it's going to be played acoustically. But one thing I didn't realise, that a lot of those early guitars had sharp V necks. And you know how Clapton's Strat has a V neck because he liked a Martin guitar, apparently, because it had a V neck, an early Martin guitar. So all these guitars have a V neck. And
beautiful.
Brad, you got to get used to it, bro. It's strange.
Does it feel weird? Yeah.
It feels weird, Simon.
Yeah. Do you get because you're so used to a different shaped neck? Does you get cramps in your hands here or not? I find when I change necks, if I play it a lot, I start to get a little bit of crampiness in the. It's like your body adjusting to the neck.
Yeah, and here, and there.
It's like your body's trying to adjust and getting used to it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you have difficulty going from neck to neck, different guitars for different necks, or are you good with it?
On any other guitar I've got, I've never had a problem with the D or the C's or the asymmetric, no problem. But I got, even when the Clapton Strat, which has got like a slight V neck, but that one, it's like a sharp V. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. I have no, I don't take any notice. I'm like, this got a neck, got a typical kind of Fender's 50 neck. My my other Strat has got like a 60s neck on it, 62, much thinner. Don't know if there's any difference going between necks at all. It's odd.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with most necks, but if they're like baseball bats, the necks,
I don't like them.
I don't like that. I like
I don't like 'em
slim
either.
taper neck is my favorite. So I love a 60s Les Paul neck. There's just something
Thinner
about that
one.
60s,
Yeah.
that 60s slim taper. I know Jimmy Page had his number one shaved
Shade.
like a 60s neck. Yeah.
Got the plane out.
and, and when I found that out, I gravitated to that 60s slim taper neck because it's less stress and strain on your hand when you're trying to do some of those intricate things. And I don't know, it's got a little bit more swagger. I feel like I've got more control with the vibratos and all that stuff. With thicker necks, I really find it. I find string gauge now more of an issue than a neck, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's quite a
I
lot of
think
difference
so.
in there. I like my two Strats together. That's different.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's much much
It's
thinner,
noticeably.
much smaller neck. Yeah, yeah. But
Mm.
and yet I find either one of them incredibly comfortable to play, and I oddly not felt any difference between them at all. When playing them, it's just
Mm.
just a case of getting on with it really. And I don't know I've got one guitar. One of my Chapmans has got quite a big neck. I mean, it really has got quite, and yeah, I don't find that uncomfortable as well. I find it absolutely fine to play. It's like a sort of much bigger, that maple neck Strat. It's a bigger version of that. Roasted
Yeah.
maple. It's lovely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they're not too wide.
No,
So we got a good
Very cool.
we got good Christmas stashes, dudes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, a bit of Christmas time to enjoy them as well. Spend a bit of time to, especially you, Andrew, with that new guitar, spend a bit of time bonding with it. I like to call bonding time with your guitar, because you learn the things that work with the guitar, the things that don't work, and how to manage those things that don't work to get what you want out of them. And if you find an all-round guitar, sometimes you don't have to work on things, you just enjoy playing it. But some of the great challenges in life as a guitarist especially are having guitars that do challenge you. I find they keep you coming back for more. That's what I always find out with certain guitars. So that's a great stash you got there, Andrew. Well done.
Yeah, nice.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Always happy to share, that channel kind of stuff that we get. But I'll get back to you guys on that. But that early Chicago blues, that post-war period, where these black guys were coming into Chicago and they were just grabbing cheap guitars, guys. And in the scheme of things, that's not an expensive guitar. That's if you bought that new here in New Zealand for an acoustic guitar, it's $200. So that's cheap. That's and that's in the same spirit that these guys were playing. And so it was all about just getting that sound, Brad.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I just want to put myself into that kind of mindset that these guys were just, the technology wasn't an issue, Simon, back then. Electricity was. How do we get electricity onto the stage?
Johnny Heartbreaker's got a great question. We all have been through guitars. Which one do you wish you could get back?
That's a great question. I've got a couple. I had. Does someone want to go before me? Or
no, carry on.
No, you go, bro.
I just jumped in and I thought I'd take over.
Yeah,
take over.
I had. I'm trying to find the picture of it. I'll quickly show it to you now.
Cool.
Where is it?
Oh, he's even got a photo of it.
No, I had
a locket.
I had this actual, and I'm not talking about like a version of it. I had this actual guitar that
No.
Susie DiMarchi was holding on the Baby Animals promo. That's a
Oh,
Gibson
wow.
Flybird.
Wow.
And on this album cover, I had that actual guitar, and
Wow.
it was a top-heavy guitar, so that the neck would always lean down. Like if I wasn't
Dive.
holding it and support, I felt like I was always pulling it back like this to play. Like if I let go of it, it would go down. It was
Yeah,
a weird guitar. The sound was incredible. And it was Dave Leslie, my friend from Baby Animals, was his guitar. And it's in the film clip to Early Warning, if anyone wants to go and look at that. It was like a wine red color. And I regret getting rid of that, but I got rid of that to get, Andrew, you do it. You turn things over, you let something go to get something else.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that was one of the reasons I got rid of that. I still to this day regret getting rid of that. I got rid of a black ebony Les Paul standard that had a slightly thicker neck, but I wish I still had that. I wish I still had a Les Paul Classic that I got rid of, which was repaired. In hindsight, I still wish I had got it, but if I didn't get rid of that, I wouldn't have my main guitar now, which is, and my very first Fender Strat. It was a Japanese Fender Stratocaster from the 90s, and it was a beautiful guitar. And I traded it in on a Marshall head, and then I regretted getting rid of it. So, what do you do?
Yeah.
Trading it for a Marshall head, that's not a bad thing. Hey, Feisty Feather, good to see you.
Yeah. Morning, Feisty Feather.
Brad, thank you for sharing that. Rock Professor.
Well, I've got a very short answer to this. I've never sold a guitar, so I don't have any regrets because I still got them all.
Wow.
I had one stolen, but a while ago. But I don't. It's a Fender Squire guitar. It was fine as a second guitar, but I can't say I miss it at all. But yeah, I mean, it's well, this is my original Strat. This is my now. Apparently, this is over 30 years old, so it's now vintage.
A vintage.
I can now claim I have a vintage guitar. Morning, Ryan Hall. How you doing? It's
good to see you, brother.
No, I've had this for 35 years or whatever it is, and I would never no. So because I've not had that many guitars until I currently have about half a dozen electric guitars, all different ones. But no, I've never sold one. So although that might change in the new year. I've got a Telecaster. I have shown on here my Telecaster, and I've never bonded with it. I don't ever play it. It sits in its case and doesn't. And I've tried my best, and I do.
Sell it.
Yeah, so I'm going to sell it and maybe get something else. I like another amp, to be honest. It's
Yep, turn it over,
I've got
bro.
that. Yeah,
I love Andrew's got that attitude. Get rid of it. Sell it.
I know, he's right. He's completely right. Yes. Well, no point. Somebody might want to play it. I mean, it's silly. I think it might have gone up in value as well. I think that'd be good. Might get more. I'll get more for it than I paid for it. That's for sure. But
even better. Even better. The only guitar that I wish that I had, guys, was my first guitar that I bought, my Hyundai 6-string acoustic that I bought with my wages when I was working at the Air Force Base with my old man. And I caught the bus into town and paid $165 for a piece of shit. The strings were literally, and we've spoken about this many times, and we've all had those experiences, Brad, when you see guys talking about their first guitar being 2 inches off the fretboard.
Yes.
We've all had. I had that guitar.
You're not a real guitar player until you've learned on one of those guitars.
Yeah. And I wish I had that, because again, when you watch videos of guys and they talk about their first guitar, Brad, and they pull it up and they say, and here it is. This is my, I go, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I had my first guitar. But as far as electric guitars, mate, that I've flicked, nothing comes to mind that I think, shit, I shouldn't have sold that. So I don't think I have any regrets.
Good. Well done. Regret-free guitar life. that's worth saying. I think that's pretty good.
Now,
Actually.
now, when it comes to other things in life,
Oh, let's not go there.
Now that's a rocky path to go down, Andrew.
That's another story.
Going down this rocky road,
That's
wondering
where
where
the
my
blues
life
came
is
from.
leading.
That's where the blues initiated from. Those rocky
Yeah.
stories.
Good to see you, Ryan. Thank you, brother. Guys, can you do me a favor, please, before we go? I would like you to just check out for us, please. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the link here in the channel. This is a friend of ours, and he needed how many subs, Brad, before they got?
I think it was 3.
3, sir. 997. They need 3 subs to get to 1K. Bob and Ramon.
If you guys, please, who have just joined us, if you can sub to this link here, and please do me a favor, do us a favor when you sub, go to one of their videos and say the 5150 show guys sent me, please, if you can do that, because it's always nice to help another channel reach milestones, but it's also good for, obviously, for what we do here. If guys go, oh yeah, actually, that Simon Williams and that Brad Cook dude they actually do support channels.
We do.
Yes, we do. We try our
Yes.
best to, anyway.
100%.
And again, if you guys want to be on our list to promote your own channels as well, let me know, let Brad know, and we'll go through and put you on our channels list. So you'll know that on YouTube they have a banner there, community page, channels, shorts, live videos. So on the channels page is all our friends, and if you want to go on there, in fact, we don't do that enough. Go and check out our channels page and go and subscribe to everybody that's on there, please.
Yeah.
Oh, John's just subbed. One sub away. Oh, no, 997.
No, we're 998 now, probably.
Yeah. Beautiful. That's great.
Okay, we're gonna cruise. We got things to do's.
Wrap it up.
We're gonna be here on the 5150 show with John Conklin.
They've done it. They've raised it. It's 1,000. They've got 1,000 subscribers.
Are you on their channel now, Simon?
I'm on their channel now. Yeah. And
Can you make a comment? Can you make a comment and say, Bob and Ramon, we're live. We've been live here on this show, and congratulations on your 1K. Thank you. Fuck Jay's ears. Oh, YouTube names. Thank you, Gretch.
Yeah.
You guys have done wonderfully well by doing that, because Bob especially, he's been on our channel a couple of times, hell of a nice guy, does a lot of work, talks about guitars, Brad, all the good shit that we like talking about.
Yeah. Beautiful. 100%.
So the Rock Professor's doing that now, is he? Let's just go and have a look.
I am.
Okay, I'm going to go to their channel. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to see what the Rock Professor is doing. Hold on.
Ooh.
So if we go here to Community and we go to their channel, what video is the Rock Professor?
If you go to their Xmas 2023 annual review.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to put, I can see their comments, the two Ronnies, sort by newest first. Hold on. Congrats. There it is. You guys are wonderful. 51 show sent me great. Vanzini, Ryan Hall, 51. You guys are awesome. Alan Toll, 5150. Gret Zeppelin. Fantastic, guys. You guys are in the high echelon of YouTube video watchers by doing that. Thank you, John
that's
Z.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wonderful.
Congrats.
Brilliant.
Well, that's great, guys. That's our
dudes.
a good
Yeah,
deed for
good deed for the day. New year. Nice.
The 1K. All right,
One.
we're out of here.
I reckon, gentlemen.
I think we should leave these good folks to their lives and getting on with Happy New Year to everyone from all of us. Have a good one tonight. Don't go too mad.
Greg Zeppelin is right too. Jim put a new video of he's doing a Clapton cover. I can feel your body. What is it? What's that song? It's off 24 Nights, Brad. Bad Love.
Yeah, Bad Love. Old Love.
Old Love.
Yeah. Old Love.
Old Love. All these loves. All right.
Bad love.
Bye-bye. We're out of here.
Love.
Too many loves in
Love
the
you all.
catalog.
Oh dear. Yeah.
All right,
Happy New Year, guys, and we'll see you in the new year with more nonsense. Take care. Have a good one.
Subscribe to us. Subscribe.
Oh yeah. Like, subscribe, like, tag, share, and subscribe. Can't even do it right.